If you have a daughter, there's something most people never understand. A girl doesn't just grow up beside her father, she grows up through him. His presence becomes her foundation. His absence becomes her question. His love becomes her compass. His wounds become her weather. From the moment she can walk, she studies him, not consciously, not intentionally, but instinctively, the way a seed studies the sun. She watches how he speaks when he's tired, how he reacts when he's angry, how he treats the people he claims to love. She watches everything long before she has the words to describe any of it. And slowly, without anyone noticing, she begins to build her inner world out of his behavior. If he is patient, she learns she is worth patience. If he is gentle, she learns she deserves gentleness. If he is protective, she learns she is someone worth protecting. But if he is unpredictable, she learns to walk on emotional eggshells. If he is distant, she learns to silence her needs. If he is explosive, she learns that love comes with fear. If he disappears, she learns that attachment is temporary. A father doesn't just influence his daughter. He becomes the blueprint she uses to navigate every relationship that follows. Not because she wants to repeat him, but because the nervous system remembers what the mind forgets. When she grows older, people will say she's too sensitive or too independent or too guarded or too forgiving, but they never look back far enough to see where those patterns began. They don't see the nights she waited for him to come home. They don't see the moments she shrank herself to avoid his anger. They don't see the way she lit up when he finally paid attention. They don't see the confusion of loving someone who didn't always know how to love her back. And they don't understand that a daughter's heart is shaped long before she ever falls in love for the first time. Her father becomes the silent architect of her expectations. He teaches her what love feels like, even when he doesn't mean to. He teaches her what safety feels like, even when he's struggling to provide it. He teaches her what connection feels like, even when he's emotionally unavailable. This is why some daughters grow into women who chase emotionally distant men. Not because they want pain, but because distance feels familiar. It feels like home. This is why some daughters grow into women who overgive. Not because they lack self-respect, but because they learned early that love must be earned. This is why some daughters grow into women who fear conflict, not because they're weak, but because conflict once meant losing the only man they wanted approval from. And this is why some daughters grow into women who love deeply, fiercely, and loyally, because they had a father who showed them what steady love looks like. A father's influence is not small. It is not temporary. It is not something a child outgrows. It becomes the emotional DNA she carries into adulthood. So if you have a daughter, understand this. She is not just watching you. She is becoming the emotional world you create around her. Your tone becomes her inner voice. Your consistency becomes her stability. Your affection becomes her self-worth. Your wounds becomes her lessons. And one day when she loves someone, when she fears someone, when she trusts someone, or when she walks away from someone, you will see pieces of yourself in every decision she makes. A daughter doesn't just inherit her father's features. She inherits his emotional patterns, his strengths, his shadows, his silence, his storms, his softness. A father doesn't just raise a daughter. He becomes the first chapter of her emotional life, the one she spends the rest of her years rereading, rewriting, or recovering from.